Jay Chatfield. How are you guys doing? I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I, you know, it's really great when you know yourself enough in order to pull back. You got to pull back and reassess and also look at the stuff that's going on within. So, let's get to the story because I know you want to hear the story, right? So, I did this venture, right? Cool venture, starting a daycare in my community. And it was really cool because I collaborated with a really great person. And at first, this was at the beginning of the year. So let's do a timeline because I know you guys been rocking with me for a while. So let's do a timeline with it. So at first, I was a little apprehensive about a daycare because I know how much it takes to do a daycare. So up front, I already knew. I was like, man, I've worked in numerous places and cities and not cities. What am I like United States traveled or whatever. But where I worked at numerous business that dealt with childcare. Let me say that. So I knew how much work it was, but it was just really cool to do something of value in the community. And, I was excited about it. I homeschooled my kids. And at the beginning of the year, I had lost all my 8 jobs, back to that video. And I didn't lose them because I wasn't good. It was taken away because it wasn't my purpose, but we'll get to that. But because I'm an 8, I draw. I draw anything that comes with money. It's not hard for me to get a job. I could walk outside, which I did. I was a crossing guard. I could walk outside and get a job. I could be a sun gazer and get paid for it. I'm just telling you the truth. As an 8, I've never ever been without a job. And people used to comment on it all the time before I knew who I was. They was like, "Man, you could go anywhere and get a job." And I was like, "Yeah," because I thought, I'm a go-getter. If I need something, I'm on it. But then I realized that's the energy in which I am. I'm, made in 8 energy. That's my life path number. But my um so anyway, so it sounded good to me to give. I just kind of see how I just okay. So I got a 5 in me, y'all. That 5B, boy, that 5 wants to do a whole lot of stuff, and you're gonna find out how I'm taming that 5 in me. So she asked me, and we came together. Really great partnership. But in this whole time, I started changing. I started going to a class. I started understanding me. I was loving me a little bit more than every day. And I learned that because I love a thing, because I really wanted to do a thing, that it was my passion, which I was going to teach dance classes with the daycare. And I know a lot of people who've ever started a business, that to me, that was like suicide in my head because you have a new business where you and another person is spending 12 hours there. And then after hours, you're strategizing. It's really hard for you to take your mind and focus it on something else. But, um, it's only understandable for some people who have tried to do multiple things at one time. One thing I have noticed, you know, is that when you focus on something, which my partner was really good at, she was the focus one, and I came with all the ideas. So I could tell her something, and it was just boom, that was a good mix. That was a really good mix. So we did it. We were very successful. We started it on April the 13th of 2020, and people thought we were crazy. I know some people was like, things are shutting down and you're starting, but we, really believed in it. And we would go and we would sit in an empty building every day and draw the kids. We knew that if we sat there, that it was going to happen, and it did. Within the 5-6 months, we were fully into the business and running it. But like I said, I communicated to her that it just was not my thing to have a daycare. So it caused a little apprehension on her part, which I knew that it would, but I had to be true to myself. I had to continue to evolve and be true to myself. And with any partnership, when you go into a partnership, you kind of want what you partnered to do. And um, when you don't give one of the partners what they wanted or what they thought, it would be a little bit of a hmm, should I continue to what, you know, can I continue to partner with this person, or should I just go my own way because my focus is different? Understandable. And but for me, because I'm a 6, I tend to put relationships a little bit ahead of a business. And that's just me. And that's why I do work with people that are a little bit more business minded than me, because I love relationships. I do. And I like good relationships. So, long story short, within this last couple of time, we decided to part ways. That was very hard for me, guys. I literally had a breakdown. And I'm so glad I'm a part of a spiritual community, because we had to I had a special like young lady that helped me, and then I had another special young lady that helped me, and then I had a young man. It's really good. So if you don't have a community around you that think like you and that are on the same path, they really do understand when that shadow work comes up that you need to deal with it. So in that time, that shadow work of abandonment was coming up, because honestly it felt like, because it was, she told me that, look, this I don't, and then I immediately went back to my childhood of me dealing with abandonment with my mom and dad, who, I don't know if I told a story or not, if you heard it. I lived with my aunt, but I would see my mom and my dad only on summers, and when they were available. So, like I said, it was like shopping, and my son wants to play. It was like shopping. Hold on one second. It was like window shopping. I always could see it, but I could never have it. So then immediately when that happened, that registered in my mind like boom. I was like, I'm being left again, but I had to do the right thing. I had to do the right thing, because the old me would have been like, well, whatever you want. I will do whatever you want just to stay. But I knew at this point I wasn't where I was at the beginning. And I was very mature in that, but I like I said, took it personally. So I had a dream that night after I got through it, and I had a dream like that, and my spirit team told me straight up, let it go. Walk away, let it go. I didn't like the walking away part because I cherished the relationship. Now, I didn't burn any bridges. I could still work with this young lady on something else, but the I had to just leave it because spirit said that I had gotten too close, that my purpose was compromised, that the stuff that I was supposed to do was never going to get done, because I'm the type of person who will ride with you no matter what happens, because I started it with you. That's just me. But that was very hard to hear it, but I'm so glad I did, because at that time I had already started working on another business. And as soon as I, in my mind, let it go, walked away just like spirit told me to do, the other business started opening up. The oh man, the ideas started flowing. People um started responding to me, and just some other things just happened that wasn't happening because my focus was over here, because I had did it. And I know no one would understand me walking away from a business that I put money into, but I understand that in that whole situation, what can't be lost is the knowledge I gained. And it wasn't so much as the business knowledge, it was the self knowledge. Like, I learned to trust me no matter what. I learned that I could walk in somewhere and say what I want, and it happened. It happens because it did it. I would say, we're going to make this week, and it would happen. I would say, well, this person and this person is going to sign up, and it would happen. So what that taught me was that if you're going to be that focused in someone else's dreams and someone else's purpose, then you need to be that focused on yourself, which I had never been. I'd started numerous businesses and I could never focus on it because I'm an idea magnet. Like, if you tell me you got a problem with something and you need help with it, you can't make it go, I can get an idea that make it go. And I thought that it was like a blessing and a curse that I would get all of these ideas and I couldn't do anything with them. But I learned that the ideas I get are not meant for me. They're meant to be shared. They're meant to be to people who don't have the vision, who don't trust their intuition like I do, to like I have, and that I can help them move to where they need to move to. And it was a hard lesson for me. I wanted to literally uh crawl in a hole because, like I said, it was more of a relationship hit than anything, because it was just a very close, we had gone through a whole lot of things personally in it, and I knew it would never be the same because it couldn't be, because I had to. It was just that dependency, and that thing, it had to be broken, because I have something that I came here to work on, and that's to be a leader, that's to be center stage, and I couldn't do it if the other person is working on being decisive and um dominant. It wasn't going to it wasn't going to work together like that. So what I've learned, and what I'm sharing with you is just that whatever it is that can, or that you've done, and then there's something that happened, look at yourself. Look at your growth in yourself. Even my husband, who sat back from afar, he was like, "You're a different person. You're a way more assertive person with your dreams and the things that you want now than you were before." And that's a compliment, because I know a lot of people used to meet me and they said, "Oh, you a lot of people take advantage of you, don't they?" And I was like, "Why?" They said, "Because you're super nice and you'll do whatever for somebody else." She said, and they would always say, "What are you doing for yourself?" And then I noticed that was just not me loving me and valuing me, because it's not that you roll out and you just get all gangster, but you got to know, and you got to take care of yourself. You can't handle anything for anybody else because you haven't taken care of yourself. And it's not like in a selfish sense, it's in a selfless sense. Because if you're selfless enough to love yourself, that will reflect on, and I'm saying selfless enough. See, and I know it sounds great. Crazy, right? It sounds crazy, because you really do have to put that inner you in there. Your ego is selfish, but the inner you is not. It's letting that selflessness come up so that you can handle that ego and say, "Look, I came to serve. I'm here to be of value to people. I'm not here just do one, that's it, just be taken advantage of, and that's good enough." No, that's not what it is. And many of you who are like me, like, it doesn't bother you, and that's something that I came to work on too. Like, I can't just be letting stuff float over my head. I hope this wasn't all over the place, but it's just a lot that has happened in the last, since the last time I posted. But I just want to let you know, like, if something's going on, you can hit me up in the comments. I don't know why my son chooses to sing right by my door. I apologize for that. But yeah, and then they run up the steps, and I love my little closet office. So I'm grateful. So look at what's going on inside when something happens. If someone is upset with you, and if someone even tells you they're not happy or whatever, it's not because of you. It's just like, look, let me step back and let you figure out why you're not happy, because I didn't do it. I don't have the power to make you unhappy. But if I'm unhappy, I have the power to change it. I need to figure out what's going on inside of me. I need to figure it out so that I can move past this and this doesn't hold me down for my next um my next opportunity, because you will never achieve your purpose if you are held back by those things. And I know that I can never be who I am at this moment, had I never handled who I was at that moment. So I'm just telling you that. Um, this is Jay Chatfield from Loving Yourself to Life, and my newly locks. Do y'all see them? I know I got them retwisted. Well, y'all are gonna see. Oh wow, they just want to do what they want to do, but I'm very thankful for them. It took me years to start it, but you're going to still see my evolution, because I'm going to continue to come on here and talk to you. I do have another channel called Focus Your Hustle, where I am posting up the courses of the things that I have learned along the way of focusing your hustle and achieving your dreams. So if you want to check that out, go subscribe there, and check that out. Well, this is Jay Chatfield, Loving Yourself to Life. Remember, do something for you that only you will love. Have a love yourself day.